Namaste, yogis. Welcome to your Wednesday warm-up. I'm Carter, and today's practice is about stepping into your power as a peaceful warrior. Let's get to our mat. All right, yogis, come to the front of your mat. Separate your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Roll your heels out just a smidge. Take the hands to heart center. Bend and straighten your knees to get a little bit of power in the legs. And then inhale, arms reach up. Lift the chin, lift the gaze. Find the extension through the side body. Exhale, hands come through heart center. Bend the knees a smidge and fold forward. Release your arms, tuck your chin. Bend and straighten the knees a few times to find the connection of the hamstrings to the glutes and what's going on with the lower back. Tuck your chin so you can feel a little bit of the blood rush to the brain. And then on your inhalation, come up halfway, flatten your back. Lift your chin, lift your chest. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands, right foot steps back. Lower your hips down a little bit so you can kind of feel the top of the right thigh. Make your adjustments front to back. Plant those hands down nice and strong. Step your left foot back into plank. Let's just lift your hips up into down dog. So check out your feet. If this is your first down dog of the day, bend the knees a little bit so the belly can come towards the thighs and the spine can be nice and long. Shake your head. Relax your neck and jaw. And then pedal your feet, knees like you're riding a bicycle. And then inhale, come into plank. Push through the heels, tuck your tailbone, lift your chin, lift your gaze, and then lower your knees down. Nice and slowly find your way to the floor. If you're ambitious, you can kind of pause halfway down. Eventually, when you find the floor, squeeze your legs together, point your toes. Press through your feet, hips, and hands. Lift chin and chest for cobra pose. Exhale, lower down, soften. Take your hands out towards the edges of your mat. Stay on your fingertips, press your feet, hips, and hands, lift chin and chest, go maybe a little higher. Exhale, lower down. Take the hands back underneath the shoulders, press yourself up into table. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, belly drops, lift the heart, lift the chin and chest, giving ourselves a chance to warm up a bit. Exhale, round and squeeze, cat pose, tuck the chin. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, round the spine. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Ease yourself into down dogs. Roll over the toes, lift the knees and hips. Let's bring our toes a little bit closer together. And then lift your right heel towards the ceiling. So see if you can straighten that right knee. Roll your right ankle, wiggle your toes, flex the foot. Bend and straighten the left knee. And then draw that right knee towards the belly or the chest. See if you can kiss the knee. Step the foot forward between the hands. Swivel your back foot. Warrior one, come on up. Arms are reaching up. So in our warrior one pose, we're trying to draw the left hip forward. We're pushing the left heel back a smidge. We're straightening the knee. You may feel it in the Achilles tendon, the back of the calf. If we draw the ribs and belly in and tuck the tailbone, it may show up in that left hip flexor. And then we're bending the right knee so it kind of tracks over the right ankle. Shoulders are pretty square, palms are facing one another, shoulders are down and away from the ears, and we're lifting the gaze. Relax the jaw, deepen the breath. Push down through the ball of the right foot as you soften your right toes. Another breath. This is the foundation of being a peaceful warrior, right? We are in a very powerful asana. The mind is working on relaxing. Nice. Twist to the left, open up your arms, widen your stance, and rotate that back foot so the outside of your foot is parallel to the back of your mat. Invite this right knee out towards right pinky toe as we feel a little bit of openness through the pelvis. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears, and maybe micro bend your elbows a little. So I don't need rigidity in the arms, maybe some really soft power. Soften the toes. Squeeze the heels towards one another so the groins wake up, and then tuck that tailbone to engage the belly. You're probably going to start to feel some heat in the shoulders, just keeping the arms open and wide. Another breath. The gaze is over your right middle finger. You call it the drishti. Soften the jaw. Now, this should feel pretty good. Drop your left arm down, your left leg. Swivel your right palm up. Reach it up towards the ceiling. Exalt a warrior, peaceful warrior. Bend your right knee a smidge more, and then bend your right elbow so your right hand cradles the head. So your right elbow is going up towards the ceiling, and you're drawing it back as if you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. So you're getting some space through the outside of the right shoulder, right ribs. Now with this left hand, you can keep it right down the leg, or you can rest it on the hip for a little bit of pressure to get a little bit deeper, or slide the left hand behind the back as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. So whatever variation with your left arm works, do that. Inhale, lift the torso up, hands to hips, straighten that right knee. Take this left hand and invite your left hip a little bit forward. What it may do is take that left heel and kind of swivel it back. What it's going to give us is a little bit of openness in this right hip joint. So we're going to lean a little bit forward, and we're going to extend the right arm out in front of us. So get this extension, but keep the torso right where it is, and then drop your right arm down. That should feel pretty good as well. Take the back of the hand inside the right leg, and we're going to give ourselves a little bit of leverage. We're going to press as we draw this left shoulder and left hip back. Ooh, yeah. Left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. So triangle pose, stacking shoulders. We're trying to stack hips, but you probably won't get it completely stacked because this impingement in this kind of right hip. And it doesn't matter to me how far down you go. If you can get to the floor, great. If you can get on the outside of that right ankle, that's cool. If you need a block, that's cool too. And if your hand is on the thigh, that's fine as well. Where we are though is this right knee is straight and the right quadricep is strong. So a lot of times when we lock this right knee, this becomes a little soft. So let's get some strength there. And then inhale, come on up, hands to hips. Rotate your right toes so the outsides of the feet are parallel to the short ends of the mat. And let's interlace our fingers behind our back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Straighten the elbows or get them straighter. Maybe the wrists come together if that works. Lift the chin, lift the gaze. Arms could drift off the lower back to get more sensation. One more deep full breath as we open up through the heart. And then draw the chin towards the chest, hinge at the waist. Arms could come off the lower back again if you need it. Forward fold. Tuck the chin as if the crown of the head is trying to touch the floor. And then look towards your right knee. See if you can bring your right nose and touch. Maybe not, I can't, but it's okay. Back to center, look at the left knee. Nose towards the left knee. Come back to center, release your hands, give them a little shake. Walk the hands towards the front of your mat. Rotate all 10 toes towards the front. Let's do pigeon on the right side, so right shin comes down. Left knee drops, left toes point. Get some length, a little bit of movement from side to side to square the hips, and then drop the elbows down. A little assessment where you are. If you need more, you can drop all the way down and soften. So through this practice we're doing a lot of standing warrior poses, that is to support our power and our strength physically. And then in these longer holding pigeon poses, it's warrior of that we're going to war against our lower selves. The part of us that is the things that we're always struggling with, our impatience or our anger or our insecurity or fear, those things that we're battling. In this pose, this is what we're kind of diving into, our emotional trauma and all the stuff that we've kind of buried over the years. And so when we talk about, friends of mine always laugh, like, they're like, warrior pose is a yogi? It's like, I don't get it. And it's not about like externally battling, right? Although there is some of that. But a lot of it is like this internal warriorness, our power. All right. Hands under shoulders, gently lift yourself on up. Roll over your left toes, lift your left knee. Go back to three-legged dog. So right leg all the way back up. This time bend and stack your right hip on top of your left hip. And then make really big circles with that right knee. Make sure that right hip feels pretty good. And then we're going to bring that right foot down into down dog. So belly towards thighs. And then we're going to take care of the other side. So big toes come together. Left heel towards the ceiling. Bend and straighten the right knee. Roll your left ankle. Shake out your left leg. And then bring that left knee towards the belly chest. See if you can kiss the knee. Left foot steps forward. Let's go into Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. So swivel your back foot. Lift the torso on up. And I'm always a big fan of adjusting so you're stable. So right hip draws forward, right heel draws back. Shoulders square. Bend and straighten the left knee to make sure you're there. Ribs and belly drawn. Tuck the tailbone. Take the arms up. Shoulders are drawn down. Palms are facing one another, so you're rotating the shoulders in their sockets. All right, so nice and safe within the shoulders, nice and strong. Lifting the gaze, opening up through the throat chakra for freedom of speech. And then again, tucking the tailbone. You may feel in this right hip flexor. I'm always okay with like making sure that the body's all right by tapping or massaging and making sure that we got that sensation and taking care of the body. Another breath. This practice isn't about running through asana fast. It's more of a hatha flow rather than a vinyasa. And then twist to the right, open up your arms. And again, we're going to warrior 2. So widen the stance a little. Rotate that back foot so the outside of the foot is parallel to the short ends of the mat. This is going to allow that right hip to draw back. Invite the left knee out towards pinky toe. So feel the expansion between these two hip bones. Openness of the heart. And then swivel the chin towards that left shoulder. Relax the shoulders. Maybe a little bend in those elbows. Then relax your jaw. Ease your gaze over that left middle finger. Squeeze the heels towards one another and soften the toes. So in our warrior poses, we're super strong in certain areas and we're trying to soften other areas as we hold the pose. One more breath. All right, drop the right hand down, swivel your left palm up, slide that left arm up towards the ceiling, bend a little bit more into the left knee, and then bend that left elbow, cradle your head. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Right hand either on the hip, behind the back, or it can still dangle down the leg. So whatever is working for you today, you can search around for it. Another breath. The left quadricep probably starting to feel a little bit of heat from staying bent into 3 asanas in a row. So now inhale, come on up, hands to hips. Straighten that left knee, should feel pretty good on that leg. And then let's take this right hip, we're going to rotate it a little bit forward as that right heel kind of pushes back. Hinge at the waist. Extend the arm out in front of you. Find that extension. Arm drops down. Press on the inside of that left leg. As you draw the right shoulder, right hip back. Right arm reaches up. Triangle pose. And you may find some difference in flexibility and strength on right side, left side, depending on maybe some old injuries or one side of your body may be fatigued or overused. All that stuff's okay. We're just creating an inventory of where we are. And then we're sinking into our power, and our power doesn't necessarily mean vigorous strength. Power can be softness or surrender or maybe coming out, right? Working within your power. Inhale, come on up, hands to hips. Rotate your left toes, outsides of the feet, parallel short ends of the mat. Let's take the thumbs to the lower back and squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift your heart. Inhale, hinge at the waist. This time we're going to drop the arms down, tuck the chin, shake the head. We're going to do a little twist here. So left hand right underneath the nose, twist and open right arm, reaches up to the sky. Think about your left groin dropping towards the floor as you ease into the twist. Roll your right wrist, wiggle your fingers. And then bring this right hand down, and we're just going to replace the left hand, and we're going to twist and open. Left arm reaches up. Soften your right groin, gazes up towards the left thumb. Deep, full breaths. The time and space that we stay in each one of these asanas is an opportunity for intimacy, getting to know yourself. Left hand down, tuck the chin. Let's bend and straighten right knee, left knee as we sway the hips from side to side. And when you're ready, you're going to come into pigeon on the left side. So walk the hands to the left, rotate your toes towards the front of the mat, and then bring that left shin down. For alignment purposes, I'd like the left foot in alignment with the right leg. I start with a little bit of an angle on the left shin to make sure that my hip bones are square to the floor, and then if I need more sensation, I can scoot the foot forward, square the hips again. If I need less, I draw it back. Make your adjustments. Come down to the elbows, deepen the breath, and soften. I think one of the hardest things that we can do is look at those blind spots that we have in ourselves. That's what sometimes it's called the shadows, right? Shadow work, past regression work, these unconscious behaviors that we move through our entire lives. To look at those and to move towards healing, that is a warrior practice for sure. So any amount of work that you're doing with reflection, asking yourself the question, am I conscious? Am I aware? Am I doing the right thing? These questions are very important. Not so much the answers, because the answers will bubble to the surface eventually, but we give ourselves the opportunity to reflect. That's a warrior pose. That is a warrior. If you're here with me now, nice work. It ain't easy. But the benefits are really nice, right? We expand our capacity to feel. All right, hands under shoulders, gently lift yourself on up. Roll over your right toes, lift your right knee, send your left leg back for three-legged dog. And then this time we're going to bend, open, and stack left hip on top of right hip. Roll the ankle and then make some big circles with that left knee. And when that's feeling pretty good, settle back into your down dog. Pedal feet and knees. And then drop to your knees. Cross your ankles, roll over your feet. And let's take the hands behind us. Keep the knees bent. And then we're just going to windshield wipe your knees side to side. So drop the knees right and left. You can even twist in the opposite direction if you feel like you need a little bit more. And then with your knees bent, you're just going to lower your back down. We're going to move into a bridge pose. So heels are close to the hips. Feet are about hips distance apart. Hands are either palms up or palms down by the side body. Draw your chin down towards your chest and then press through your feet. Lift your tailbone, lower back, mid back, and you're just going to slowly lift the hips up until you feel enough sensation in the body. You could move the torso a little bit side to side as you squeeze your shoulder blades together, and interlacing the fingers behind the back is available if you'd like. And if you do this variation, press your triceps, your forearms, and the sides of the hands into the ground as you lift on up. If you need a little bit more space in the spine, you're always welcome to come onto your toes, get a little higher. Micro adjustments to make sure that you're in the right spot. Smooth out your breath. Feel the body. Mindfully lower the heels, release the hands, and very slowly lower the hips down. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Draw the thighs towards the belly chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Rock front to back. Come up to a comfortable seat. Hands come to heart center. Gaze over the fingertips. Take a nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Namaste, warriors. Awesome work. If you like this practice, give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section below. And make sure you subscribe to my channel to keep updated on all the latest content. Stay healthy, stay strong. Peace. I love you.